Hello, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins with me, Nidhi. Last time we have found ourselves a golem and promptly recruited it to our cause. So now today I think we'll have a episode where we just go back to the camp and talk with people here. And after we've done that, I think we can continue with the main story, which means, we have been to the tower and Calnhead docks as far as I know, but we still have a quest as far as I know with the Circle of Magi that something in the lowest levels of the tower has awoken. Right, Lothering seems to be kind of dead. Brazilian outskirts probably is the Dalish elves that we should rally with our contracts. Then here probably the dwarves and the humans. And after that it's probably on to the capital of Denerim. Well, we'll see. So, don't think the dog has anything more to say, especially since the dog kind of is an additional character that only humans have anyways. Yeah, let's start with Severin.
Here I am.
So, can you teach others to be an assassin?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't yet want the crows to actively hunt me, you see. Maybe later.
Okay, not yet high enough in
Here
reputation. So, questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
No questions.
Here I am.
And it closes the discussion each time. Personal?
Again? I'm game.
Okay, never mind. Alright, so Severin is nothing for us right now. We'll have to feed him some presents. And then perhaps he'll be more inclined to talk. So, Win.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
Alright, you must have been a strange child. And what about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
And you're sure it wasn't evil?
It did not feel evil. I never feared it. In fact, it infused me with soft, strange warmth I never felt before. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
So, you were very lucky.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
Yeah, so that's your personal spirit guardian.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance. and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
Yeah, I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
So that would be cool. I just have to screw up if she dies and then she'll come back. I'll hold you to that promise, yes?
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
No, we're not. We need a healer.
What's on your mind?
Can we cure you or help
Cure
you
me?
somehow?
What, am I sick now?
You're a little dead. In a sense.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
Yeah, I don't fear death. It's a dying that scares
People
me.
fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content, it is enough.
Yes, so options. Because we always want more, that's something very human, right? No matter how much you have, you're never happy with what you have. You always want more. And it also depends on the person you are. So yeah, it depends on the person you are.
Ah, human nature. You are right. Some people will never be content and will always want more. I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
Indeed.
What's on your mind?
So, do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
Tell me, it might make you feel better.
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
Yes, but the mages treat elves and humans alike, I think.
All he knew of the humans was what he had seen in the alienage. He was very wary of us. What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home. Time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
And what did he think of you?
Oh, I dread to think. I was a harsh taskmistress. He might have thought I was a demon in disguise. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
And what happened?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
Why didn't they just bring him back to the tower?
They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
Okay, so that's kind of a loose end, and he might still be alive. Yeah, that was cruel. They could have
I
told
should
you
have
at
known
least.
better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed Anarin. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
Ah, so we might find him at the Dalish elves. Yeah, maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
So his sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Huh. All right.
What's on your mind?
Can I talk about
I will
the
answer
circle?
to the best of my ability.
Nothing. All right. Cool. Little tidbit of backstory there. Leliana.
Something I can help with?
So, can we talk?
What's on your mind?
I don't think we can because, well, we never take these characters out. So they probably don't grow too fond of me. But do you have any
Of
tales?
course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
So, I think we've heard all of them.
Which one?
Charlton again.
It will come to you soon, I'm sure.
So have we not heard about the Darkspawn? Because that's the only one that has no again behind.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, They spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
I think we have heard that before. So yeah, let's just move on. And...
Something I can help with?
No. So, talked about everything here. Alistair.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Time for the juicy gossip. No, go ahead. Don't mind.
Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
No opinion. Next. Yeah, maybe, I guess. I kind of remember that he really wants to get out of the assassins, so perhaps he will. But then again, he's still an assassin, so we should just keep an eye on him.
That's a lot to put on a maybe, isn't it? He's an assassin. The crows aren't known for giving up. Maybe he's just biding his time.
Perhaps. But I'm willing to give him a chance.
Well, if you are, then maybe I should too. But that doesn't mean I won't keep an eye on him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just too shifty. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. But he's so quiet for someone so big.
He's dedicated.
Yet he doesn't seem quite so bad as the Chantry tells us. According to them, his philosophy is vile and evil. Yet he seems so reasonable. And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
Well, we're all killers, Alistair.
I don't know if I like the sound of that. But I guess I take your meaning. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
That came out of nowhere. So, what about Liliana? Is she crazy or do you really believe in her vision? I believe that she believes in her vision.
That's one way to put it. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
Well... was her choice.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
Well, we are already way beyond that. We know Flemeth. We have Flemeth's grimoire. We have talked with Morrigan, and Morrigan wants Flemeth killed, so... you really don't like each other, do you?
Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch, no, I don't like her at all. Why, do you?
I like her just fine.
Great. I am thrilled beyond words. Now, really, just tell me one thing. Is it true what the others say? Do you have a thing going with Morrigan? Tell me it's not true.
It's true, so what?
Great. So they were right. Well, it's your funeral. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Okay.
Something on your mind?
Other things to talk about?
Of course.
No. Okay. I think we heard the Grey Warden thing quite a bit already. Do we have inventory to manage? We still have about 40 space, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all these ingredients, especially. If I need them ever, or if I can sell them. We have a few gifts. Not too many, so yeah, I think we are fine for now. Jail is over there. Stan.
Yes.
Question?
I am hardly surprised.
Never mind.
Very well.
Something you mentioned?
Speak then.
Okay.
Then I suggest we move on.
Bye. Well, the talks with him are just the greatest. Anyways, let's go and try to talk to Shale. What's it with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Alright, glad to know you care.
It's true. One single tear, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Danger pigeons. So, you're still with me, I see.
Yes. Its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
Oh, stay, you're helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own.
I guess I
Perhaps
do
we
have to
should
do
continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
that. Alright. Can we... Well, I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
No, we have never met any other golems. You're just not what we expected. You just seem very animated, yes.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. Having a free will is a good thing.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent.
You can walk
The
underwater?
possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Alright. Let's see if we have questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals in your skin? Are those
I
crystals?
like to think of them as accessories.
Ah. Ooh, well, I guess it has never seen other golems, so knows as much as I do about if all the golems have them. What did I do?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
It's a dwarven thing then?
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
I see. So... they can do other things too, right?
Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Yeah, so the crystals we have in the inventory. That sounds promising. Where would I find them?
Wilhelm said they came from the deep roads. So, anywhere such things end up, I suppose. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
Yeah, let's see. I'm told you killed your former master.
Oh, how interesting. Certainly I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague.
Vague, but not non-existent.
Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
Alter you? Why? You're fine as you are. Or what sorts of... well, must have been hurtful ones. Yeah, so... you're fine?
Flattery. And obvious flattery, too. I feel warm and fuzzy inside. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then... nothing.
So, experiment went wrong. So he hit the kill me button by accident. What do you remember next?
And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me, so they simply left me. And in time I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
So did you want to kill him?
Oh yes, yes, very much so. For so many years I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first, I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed, an acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring.
Yeah, I don't think... stopped caring. What other options do we have? Sounds like you had a good rest. Maybe it has something to do with your crystals. Don't believe you.
Well, good for it. Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it is nothing to fear from me. Much.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Oh, stone can itch.
Oh.
Yeah, question
It
time.
doesn't have better things to do.
No, afraid not. So, how did you end up? Probably doesn't remember. You watched that village thing? Yeah, no,
On then.
it's good for now. But I do have these crystals, and shale should be somewhere here. Yes, and we have some type of weapon crystal and some type of armor crystal then. And just two types of crystals, so not a lot of equipment. I don't think I will use shale, but looking over the things that we could equip. So they don't have ratings, so I guess they are all side grades, and once you equip something, you have the best thing ever. Or let's see, damage 5.5, 5.5. They all have 5.5 damage, and that one does fire damage, cold damage, electric, nature, and spirit damage. So we can just alter the kind of damage done. That's all we can do apparently. But ooh, it reflects in the real world as well. So it's more a question of what kind of crystals we want, what coloration, and perhaps what we fight, if there's any resistances. Again, provided we use shale at all. So large crystals, we have 9 armor, 10 armor, and armor, and armor. And spirit resistance, fire resistance, electric resistance, and nature resistance. So that's just basically you can give it fire damage and fire resistance, just those kinds of things, I assume. Perhaps the abilities are cool that shale has. Can customize the look, that's not too bad. Abilities. So is basically a warrior and has pulverizing blows, slam, quake, killing blow. Yeah, okay. So has fire, earth. No, that's like a fighting tree. That's probably some kind of tanking tree, something like that, or utility. Yeah, okay. Don't care too much, honestly. Sorry, shale. Alright, and so we don't have to start another video. Let's just do Morrigan today. Oh well, do her. That sounds wrong. Let's talk to her today.
Yes.
Yeah. So can we
full
talk?
of questions, are you?
Always. Can you teach others to become shape changers?
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
Still not. As you wish.
Yes?
And can we discuss personal matters?
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
It is. Yeah, we can just kiss her, discuss us, and never mind.
Ah, such a romantic, I see.
Such a romantic.
Yes?
So
We're
something
in
personal.
camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Yes, what can we discuss?
Discuss away.
Yeah, nothing. Alright. So not a lot going on here. Okay, that was quick. I thought because she's always with us, and I don't think I'm always choosing options she dislikes, so she could have had a different options available, but perhaps only after I kill Flemeth. We'll see. So yeah, inventory seems to be fine. I'm not sure if we'll find that much stuff. I can probably sell a couple of weapons.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Yes, let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, let's see then. Okay, so weapons. The Veshiel. Main hand, so that's a one-handed thing. Could be good for the tank. I don't know, critical chance. Could be, especially with 3 slots, but then again, I just don't have that kind of money. Yeah, so, axe, probably selling that. Duncan's dagger, I think we'll keep that. Olaf's prize cheese knife. Let's see. 27 silvers. Yeah, it's just tier 5 and not that great, honestly. Daggers, I'm also not using daggers that actively right now. So Duncan's sword, we'll keep that as well for as a keepsake for now. Steel mace, sell. Bows, just bad bows, very bad bows. Ice arrows, fire arrows, we'll keep that for now. Darkspawn stuff, probably sell it. Enchanter stuff, not sure. Could be good. Compared to Win. So she has a tier 5 staff. Deals more damage, has a lot of spell power, spirit damage and chance of paralysis. Yeah, sounds not bad. And Morrigan. Tier 7. Cold resistance, cold damage, and radiates cold. Now that sounds interesting. Yes, I'll stay on that. It's very good for the blizzard spell. Yep. Let's keep it at that. Then crystals. I'll sell 1 flawed crystal for sure. Not flawed. Oh, it is flawed. So there's probably going to be better crystals. So chipped and flawed is the same, or am I misreading something? That seems to be, but small and flawed. That one should be better. Oh, plus 10%. I see. So the bonus damage increases. Yeah, okay. But still, probably not going to use shale all that much. So let's just sell off all of that. Armor. Right, Kaelin's helm. We'll probably keep that for a while as a keepsake for now. Chainmail boots, yeah, sell all that. Scale boots, let's compare to... right, so we have tier 3 leather boots. And scale boots, not interesting. Wooden shield, probably not interesting, especially since it's just... no bonus stats. I think we're at the point where stuff does have to have bonus stats. Arcane ropes, health regeneration, armor, and spell power. Morrigan, what do you wear? +2 magic and cold damage. Yeah, I think that's better. Not Alistair. Win. Willpower, magic, and defense. Yeah, that's all better, I think. So let's just sell the Archon ropes. Cameo cowl. That's a cloth helmet with cunning. I mean, cunning is my stat, but I'm not exactly thrilled by just having... Oh, it's restricted to mage anyways. Yeah, so goodbye. And willpower and mental resistance. Defense, mana regeneration, that's good. Morrigan has mental resistance. Yeah, that's an upgrade. All right. So we'll just equip that right away, or we're forgetting that. So that's just just an upgrade. +5 mental resistance and 1 willpower. That's just good.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A
Can
pair of
I
earrings, perhaps? I'm sure you...
speed it up? Thank you. Okay, so we'll sell that. And with crystals again. Yeah, so that's just 2 better crystals, but let's just sell it. I'll take the gold, thank you. So these, let's keep them for now. Especially the resistance one. Perhaps we'll have use for it at some point that we encounter an electricity-based boss that we are stuck at or something. Yeah, the other category, that's the big one. I think we'll just keep it as this mess that it is for now. Yeah, do we have stuff to buy? I just didn't check. Blood Dragon plate, I think we... Let's see, Alistair. We probably already... Oh, no, we don't have better stuff. But the Helm of Honleth, although it's tier 2, it has very good stats. Yes, that's almost better than the plate helmet here. That's good, that's good. Yeah, we have better stuff than that. Templar armor, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Don't think we need any of that. That's good. Over here we have the Spell Ward. 5 willpower, health regeneration while exploring, spell resistance, chance to dodge attacks, chance to avoid missile attacks. Now that sounds something that would be very good for a tank. Just all these resistances on it. Yeah. Perhaps once I'm swimming in gold. But apart from that, not too great stuff. Perhaps a ring or two, because we don't have too many rings yet. Then again, it's just meh. Okay, the other category we said we skip, although do we have anything of use here? The tomes or talents or spells, they're very expensive, but those probably need to be bought at some point. And gifts, okay, yeah, that's good. Crafting. I don't think I need anything right now. And that's good. So, inventory management check. How much do we save? Yeah, we are about 20 down. That's good. So yes, I'd say we'll leave it at that for today. Next time we will have a bit more action, hopefully. So this time there was a bit more camping. But, you know, it has to be from time to time. Tend to do that in between missions. So yeah. Thanks a lot for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed and do hope to see you next time. Have a great day and bye.